I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, I don't want to lead you on. I've got an email here from a viewer, and he says, hey Coach, so I dated this one girl for 3 weeks. We met once a week for lunch. I know you teach men to act as lovers and to take girls to dinners and not lunches, but I didn't know that then. Every time we went out, we had a blast though. We've had so much in common, and I can tell she digs me too. And I'd say, you need to slow down there, Chucky, because most guys tend to project their high level of interest onto a girl and not pay attention to the signs that she's really interested in or not. She was displaying all the classic signs of interest you talk about in your book, touching me lightly to make a point, bumping into me when we walk, and also mirroring my behavior. She also sends me thank you texts the next day after our dates. Unquestionably, she's a great gal. However, I communicated a feeling of insecurity, neediness, and unworthiness to her by failing many of her tests. On more than 2 occasions, she created an atmosphere for me to kiss her, but I didn't take advantage of it. I was actually oblivious to it until recently when I was looking back in retrospect. So you were unprepared for a date, and because you really liked this girl, you were holding back. Maybe you were expecting her to make the move. But when you go out on date after date after date, especially when you're only going to lunch dates, you're basically communicating that you're looking at her as a friend kind of person. You're trying to be friends first and hoping that something will happen later on. When you go out with a girl that much and she's touching you and she's giving you all the signs, but you don't take advantage of it, then she realizes that even though you like her, you're too needy and you're too insecure to make a move, and therefore you're not a good choice and you're probably not very successful with other women. He says, the good thing is that she knows I like her even though I didn't verbally express it. I guess girls are perceptive of these things. Yep, they can usually tell. I mean, the bottom line is if you're there and you're asking her out, she knows you like her. But if you're too timid and you don't go for the kiss and you don't ever make a move, then she realizes you're just another needy, insecure, nice guy that just doesn't understand how attraction works and doesn't get it. He says, anyways, at the end of our 3rd date, she called me that evening and said, these past weeks have been like the perfect date, but I don't want to lead you on and I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I was crushed, but I hid my feeling for her. I didn't want to look like a fool who puts all his cards on the table. In fact, when a girl says something like that, you just say, hey, I'm totally cool with taking it slow, and I'm not looking for a relationship either. I just want to continue to go out and have a really great time. And just since she's reached out to you, just say, hey, so when are you free to get together for dinner? And let her answer. Then make a definite date to pick her up for dinner. And then when you go on the next date, make a fucking move on her. He says, in fact, I pretty much told her I'm not interested in her that way. I mean, that's terrible. Now you're being completely inauthentic. She knows you like her, but you're too scared to make a move. And now you're telling her that you're not really interested in her that way when you really are. That just communicates ultimate weakness. He says, I know, bad and dumb move, but I was caught off guard. She was silent for a second and then said, oh, wait, we're still friends, right? I said sure and changed the conversation. The truth is I like her a lot, and sometimes I wake up thinking about her. Am I officially rejected here? And I'd say, yeah, pretty much, dude. Should I ask her to dinner and try to kiss her still, or do you recommend to choke this up as a teachable moment and move on? I personally, because you communicated you weren't interested in her that way, I would walk away. And if she reaches out to you and says, hey, what are you doing? How are you? Make a dinner date with her. And this time when you go out on the date with her and she starts touching you, doing all those things she's normally doing, then just go in for the kiss and stop being weak and acting insecure. But, I mean, at this point, the reason she probably brought that stuff up is because she was realizing that you just don't have a set of balls, basically, as a man, and therefore you'd be maybe a great friend. But because when a girl says, I'm not ready for a relationship, she basically can tell that you want more than she's willing to give. She could tell that you were into her, but you were too scared to make a move. And so that was her way of letting you down easily. So if, in the meantime, apply what I teach in my book with some other women and start going for the kiss and making moves when girls are giving you all those signals. So if you have a question you want to ask me or a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which is on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max and give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session, and you can do that. Go to my website, click the Products tab, which is going to be at the top of your screen, and follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website underneath the email sign-up box, is a box that will have a link to the download page. Once you get there, on the right hand side is a button. Once you click it, it'll open up a window so you can download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, your tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app, and only a few more seconds after that to complete the purchase of my book, and you'll be reading it in no time. And I will talk to you soon.